Yeah, I maybe I should also say I was telling Henrik earlier that I think that um, it's important to understand that when you focus on a specific people group, it doesn't necessarily mean it's. I'm not like saying we should be against multi-ethnic or like a community church or to all the nations. I think that um, there is a place for reaching a specific people group. I think God has a heart for specific people groups as well as we should reach all the nations. Yes, the way that I see it is that in reaching out a specific people group, the one that I'm already a part of and I'm familiar with, I'm helping reach all the nations by reaching that specific people group. Now again, like Henrik said, it can become sinful if like your meeting is based on your ethnicity alone, right? I mean, that's not why we meet, but
Or yeah, or if the unity you're building upon is premised upon that.
yeah, but I think it's wise to look at it, and I think I mentioned this to you before. It's wise to kind of use that culture as a way to reach people because you already know it, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to like broadly say, I'm gonna reach Houston or like, I'm gonna reach America. Like, okay, well, like, what's the plan? Like, what's the strategy? You gotta start somewhere, right? Like, you can't just say like I'm gonna go to Romania or like I'm gonna go to the Philippines. If you were, for example, like a missionary, you would probably say, okay, I'm gonna pick this people group. I'm gonna study their language. I'm gonna study their culture. I'm gonna live with them so I understand them, and I'm gonna reach out to them. And I think like in the U.S., right, like there is enough gap between majority culture and like Filipino American culture that there is a place for Filipino American Christians to do the reaching out, where it's a wiser use of resources and time.
Yeah, and I think another example of that is like college ministries. Their strategy, I guess, is to focus on college students. So in terms of strategy, you're focusing on a certain people group, um, but your vision is not just those people, but um, yeah, for all nations.